Don't you ever feel like this is your last incarnation? Like you kind of have done this before. It wasn't exactly the way that it is, but you kind of done this before. Like you've lived this life before. Like for me, this feels like my last incarnation. I feel like the reason why this is weird is because it is my last incarnation. Because this is weird. Like it doesn't feel it doesn't feel that real. It doesn't feel like I was experiencing this reality for me. Like it doesn't feel like I was experiencing this reality for me. Like this experience was for me. It was like it's like it was for someone else. And I don't have any wish to can like come back and have this kind of experience again. Like I don't feel like doing this again at all. I feel like if they got to ask us if we ever want to have an experience like this again, I would just say no. Like no matter what they would promise me, I would be like no. Like this really does feel like my last incarnation. It doesn't feel like the kind of experience that I would want again. I don't feel like I want a lot of things. I'm turning 31 in a few days, and I don't really feel like I want a lot out of life. I don't think like there are things that I can get that will actually make me feel like this was worth it. I do hope that in the end, someone gets to ask us if this was worth it. I do hope in the end, someone gets to ask us, was it worth it? So that I can say, no, it wasn't. It really wasn't worth it. It didn't make any sense to me. It was weird. It was bad, lonely. It was upside down. It didn't feel real, and it wasn't that deep, you know. It always felt like something was wrong, something was off. Like it's hard to be optimistic or to trust this reality. I remember Ellen Watts said that the best way to live life is to just go with the flow. Like don't go against the flow. You just be like water. Just go with the flow. Don't go against the flow. You'll be fine. But there is something that seems off. Like there's something that just like no matter how hard I try, like no matter how hard I try to perceive this as a good experience, it feels off. It feels like there's an evil demon that is trying to make this reality hard, or that's manipulating me, and that's trying to make me do some things that I don't want to do. Like it's something about this reality doesn't feel right. I think that if you reach a point in your life where you're not longer in love with this reality and you're not depressed, like not really depressed, but you're just not in love with this reality because you became too conscious for it. Like that can happen. Like you can become so conscious that the things that other people do for fun or the things that other people find meaningful are no longer meaningful to you. Like the same way that when like when you were little you used to like playing with other kids, you know, you found happiness in the smallest things when you were little, but now you can't really find happiness doing the same things that you used to do when you were little. You outgrew these things. That's how I feel about this reality. Like I've outgrown everything. I'm no longer in love with this reality. Even when good things happen, I don't feel the joy that I'm supposed to feel when great things happen. I'm not in love with this reality, and I don't trust this reality. Something really does feel off. Like this reality is not for us. Someone else is controlling this reality and making sure that they get what they want out of it. Like it's not about us. I mean, think about it. Do you really feel like you're in control of your life? Like you make the decisions that you make, trying to make sure that um like you don't suffer that much, but things don't seem to work out no matter what you do. And you end up believing that no, the reason why things didn't work out is because I didn't make the right decisions or I didn't do things the right way. What if that's not the reason? What if there's this evil entity that is trying to make sure that it gets what it wants in the end? It's not about you. Because we're not in control, man. We're not in control. I can decide that I want to do something and I want to give it my all, but just because I want to do what I want to do and I want to give it my all doesn't mean that I'm going to succeed. It seems like things just happen no matter what you do. Things just happen. You're not in control. That's why I don't trust this reality. Something is off. Something is off. I don't think this is like random. And I feel like if you become so conscious that you fall out of love with it, this has to be your last incarnation. Like there's no way that you'd come back and do this. I don't see how you can come back and do this. I feel like that's the reason why I'm an internationalist. That's the reason why I always feel like making these videos is because it's the last time I do this. There's no way, bro. Like I don't see, even if after this experience we get manipulated and uh, most of us end up coming back here, I don't see how I can get a manipulator to come back here. I feel like I've graduated, you know. Loon, hey, I'll be 22 on May 21st. When's your birthday? It's May 31st. It's May 31st. I'll be 31 on May 31st. I'm gonna do a live like the whole day. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of things on my birthday. Cesare G, same brother, same. Yeah, like it feels like the last time because think about it. Why is it that you're so different from a lot of people? Because most people behave like NPCs for real. It surprises me how ignorant a lot of people are. You tell them something that is so true that no one should try to like debate with and they still debate with you. You're like, what? There's no way you not understand what I'm saying to you unless something is off. I was thinking a lot about antinatalism today, and I still don't understand how other people don't understand it. You see, my problem is in that people are having children. My problem is that they don't understand what that really means. That's my problem. It's like when you bring a child into this world and you say, it's a gift, I gave them a gift. That's my problem. Like if people were bringing children into this world, but they knew what they were doing and they knew how horrible life can get, they understood that they're not really doing their children a favor by bringing them here, I'll be like, okay, I get it. I get it. We are selfish. But it seems like people don't even understand that. They're like, they're doing their children a favor. Like life really is a gift. There's no way that it cannot be a gift. And if a person thinks that it's not a gift, something is wrong with them. That's what scares me. Because some if you don't see things as they really are, something is definitely off. Why is it that we're able to see things as they really are, and some people are not able to see things as they really are? How is it that you're able to see that something is off, but some people are not able to see that something is off? They just go on with their lives as if everything is okay. They don't ask any questions. I uploaded a video today where I was talking about how a lot of internationalists believed to be depressed by a lot of people. Like you, as an internationalist, you are depressed. And I was saying that I, even though as an internationalist, you might feel like you're depressed, but what I really think is that you are just more real. Like if you are very honest, it's going to seem as if you are depressed. If you're going to really speak the truth, it's going to seem as if you're depressed. Because the truth always sounds wicked. If you're going to be honest, because people are not honest. People are not honest. People are living a lie. People always have to lie. But if you are really honest, if you're really going to be open and really say how you really feel, because that's unusual, because people are fake, it's going to seem as if you are depressed, even if you are not depressed. And you might actually believe that you're depressed because you see other people happy, just going on with their lives. But really, I don't really think most people are happy. I think some people are just good at faking happiness. Vaughn, people didn't get notifications. Exactly, people didn't get notifications. I was checking on my other phone and I didn't see the notification. I was like, what? I was surprised because I wanted to see. Like I even checked if it was public. I was actually surprised. I don't know why. Kes 289, I mean 287. Yeah, I believe that some evil entity is running this show. It does feel that way. Does feel that way. Like no matter what you do, there is someone else who has the final say. They decide what gets to happen, no matter what you do. That is why when people are blamed for not being able to make something of their lives, not being able to succeed, like there are people in this world who have succeeded even though they didn't really do much. You have to understand that it is possible to succeed just because you didn't do much. You find that even if you worked hard, you wouldn't have succeeded. And if you only succeeded because you didn't work hard. Like we don't know what we're doing. That's the thing. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. It seems like things just happen. Like there's someone who's deciding that, oh, I want this person to be successful, I want this person to fail, because everyone is trying to make it. At the end of the day, it's not like people are not trying. They are trying. Some people have tried, and so like they've been trying until they gave up because they felt like something is working against them. Like the universe is conspiring against them. No matter what you do, you don't succeed. Things don't work out. You try every day, things don't work out. So you end up losing hope. You end up giving up. Like it does feel like something is kind of like controlling this reality. Something very powerful, something like AI, something that is as powerful as AI. Like something is not right. I'm telling you, something is not right. We can lie to ourselves about what's going on, but something is off. Something is definitely off. Sophia Love, I'm not coming back here. My eyes are open to the deception. That's why I think some of us are definitely not coming back here. You being able to realize that something is off and you don't want to come back here. Because there are some people who would want to come back here. That's the thing. There are some people who would want to come back and have this kind of experience. It's not like each and every person who is here feels like this is bad. And there are people who have suffered, but who still don't feel like this is like really bad. But I think the people who can see that this is bad, even if they've not suffered that much, but they're able to see that something is just off. I think that there's no way that they will ever like choose to come back. I know that there's some people who believe in evolution who will just say, okay, death is the end. It's possible, and I really hope that it is the end, but you also have to acknowledge the fact that this was possible in the first place. And if this was possible, we cannot say it's impossible that this can happen again. That's the thing. Because it was possible the first time. This is something that was supposed to be impossible, but it was possible. You being conscious and having this experience. When you really think deeply about it, it doesn't seem like something that was supposed to be possible, but it did happen. So you can't be certain that this is really the end. Loon, yeah, frightens me how ignorant these motherfuckers out here are. It feels like they are messing with me. No, it feels that way to me too. It actually feels that way to me too. Um, because you think that they're acting, like they're not really being real. Like if you watch the Truman Show, like what happens in the Truman Show, like they're just acting. Someone is telling them how to act. That's how I feel most of the time. Actually, like the people in my life are actually told what to say, what to do. This doesn't feel that real. That's the thing. It doesn't feel that real. Loon, they call us negative for speaking about the negative parts of reality that exists that far outweigh the positive. Um, exactly. But you know what I think? I actually made a video like this. This is exactly what I was talking about in the video that I published today. When you are real, because this world is evil, when you are real, you sound like you're negative. It's like if there was a person who was really evil, but a lot of people didn't know that that person was evil, and you told the truth about that person, it will seem like you're negative. But you're telling the truth about that person. You're not lying. That's the thing. Like, you're speaking the truth about what is really happening in the world. So it seems like you're negative because the truth about the world is so horrible. I don't think I'm negative at all. Like, I don't want to be negative. If you watch my videos, you realize that I'm not being negative. I'm actually speaking the truth. I'm explaining what's really going on and actually giving uh, people a lot of insights about what is really going on. So I'm not being negative. I don't like being negative. I'm not even a nihilist, but I'm speaking the truth. It just happens that the truth is just so horrible that it seems negative. So people think that you are being negative when you actually speak the truth, but no, you are just speaking the truth. You're telling it like it is. So fear love, children will keep you bound in a karmic cycle. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking actually. That if you're gonna bring people into this world, you might actually come back here because you brought someone else here. I feel like the act of bringing people into this world, it's kind of like you consenting to coming back. Because why do you bring a person into this world if you don't think that it's good? Like, if you know beyond any reasonable doubt that this experience that we're having is evil, why bring another person here? If you have children and you don't want to come back here, my advice to you is that, hey, tell them to not be breeding. Tell them the truth. You don't try to force them to not breed, like, but just tell them the truth about what's going on in the world, because it's not easy to realize how horrible the experience is. It's not easy to realize how horrible the human experience is, especially if things are happening in your favor. You just think, oh, it means everything is fine. There are people who doing very well in this world who think that everything is fine because they've not experienced what a lot of people who are not doing well have experienced. So they just feel like, no, the world revolves around them. Everyone, if they try to work hard, just like they've worked hard, things will just work out for them. But no, that's not how it works. You can, like, try to work hard and things still don't work out in this reality. Lone, little does every person know we all deserve the world. Our parents were, at the very least, supposed to have their chisel together. So their children can enjoy the experience, but nah. I really hate it when people bring children into this world, even when they know that they have suffered, like they themselves have suffered. Things didn't work out for them, and they don't even have enough to actually be able to make things easier for their children. Like, their children are going to suffer because of them. Like, I really hate it because it doesn't make any sense. It really scares me. When I was young, and when I was when I still wanted to have children, because when I was young, I still felt like I was gonna have children. I didn't want to have children because I felt I wasn't ready. So I felt like I was gonna have children in the future, but I was like, I'm not ready because I don't have money, and I knew beyond any reasonable doubt that if I brought a child into this world, that child would suffer. So I wanted to have children, but I was like, this now is not the time. I felt like I was going to be very successful, and I was like, I'm gonna have children when I'm successful. But now, no matter how much money I make, I'm not going to have children. I've reached the level of awareness where I know beyond any reasonable doubt that we're not having a positive experience. Like, this is not a positive experience. We live in a world of deception, a world of illusions, a world of lies. That's why when you lie, people embrace you. If you're really going to speak the truth, people won't embrace you. But if you're going to lie, people are going to embrace you. That should actually tell you something. Something isn't right about this reality. So if you're love, they might not be human. You think we're living with non-player characters, like people who don't have consciousness at all, and they just these people are controlled, and we take them seriously because we think they're just like us. So when they do things that don't make sense, we they trigger us somehow, but they're not like us. They only did just that we think they're like us because we have no way to tell if a person is like really conscious and they're not being used by the system to like control everyone. The ultimate reductionist, um judges are angry and depressed all the time. They get angry at defendants of defendants all the time. So judges are depressed and angry. I usually tell people that a judge is not better than a perpetrator. Like it seems like a judge is better, and I hate that. Like when a judge is like behaves as if like they know it all. They know it all. They are right. They're more right than the people that they're judging. Like no, not really. But I don't think they are angry. I think they are supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be mysterious. They're supposed to seem like they're not human because of the position that they've been given. But they don't know. They don't know anything. They're just people like everyone else. They once children and they grow up. They don't know anything. Like I would actually hate to be a judge. At this level of consciousness, I would actually hate to be a judge because I understand people a lot. Like I understand people that are misunderstood in our society. So it wouldn't be easy for me to say someone is guilty because I understand why people do the things that they do. Even people who do the horrible things, I understand why they do these horrible things. And you must also understand that everyone who's here was born without their consent, and they didn't choose how they're going to be, the experiences that they're going to have for them to like end up being criminals. Like no one really chooses that. It just happens. This reality wants criminals to exist. It wants bad people to exist. So it's gonna make sure that it creates bad people. It's like a movie. There's supposed to be villains. There's supposed to be people who think they are good, but they're only good because of the experiences that they've had. That's why I don't judge anyone. I try my best to understand why people do the things that they do. Will will have you ever been cheated on? No, that's a good question. I think so. I think I've been cheated on, but I never really found out. I mean, I kind of have found out, but not like I've never caught um anyone cheating on me. Let me put it that way. But there've been girls who have left me for another person, and I do believe that before they left me, they were cheating with that person. But I've never like really caught someone cheating like that. But I think that's a painful experience. I'm a very conscious person. I pay attention to everything. When a girl is falling out of love with me, I know she's falling out of love with me. Um, so I think that's why I've never really caught a girl cheating on me, and I've dated a lot of girls. Like I can see that, oh yeah, this girl is falling out of love with me. Like something is different. She's no longer treating me the same. When she was in love, she used to treat me this way. She used to treat me that way. So now something is off, and usually I pull back. Usually I pull back, and the relationship just ends. Sophia Love. I stopped watching television, movies, and reading magazines. They are distracted or enchanted by this world. Yeah, but I think yeah, but you're right. You're right. Actually, you're right. But I think there are some good movies. There are some good movies. It's just that most of these movies that are being promoted as just garbage. But there are some good movies that you can watch that can actually help you grow. Magazines, you're right, garbage. I don't even I don't even understand why people read magazines. Sophia Love, AI seems to be in control here. Yeah, exactly. It seems that way. When you look at how advanced AI is, it's actually possible that they might, like, we might, a artificial intelligence might be God, like what we call God. It's so damn advanced and it's controlling everything, and we don't even understand how it's able to control everything. If you try to like have a conversation with Meta AI on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, you realize how advanced it is, and you don't really understand how it can be able to come up with complex answers. Like if you ask it a question, you won't be able to understand how it comes up with complex answers. This reality kind of seemed that way. Like there's something that is in control, and it's not really conscious. It's like a machine of some sort or a program of some sort, and it's ensuring that some people get to have certain experiences based on how they are, based on how they think. That's why it's not easy to like find yourself in a good situ like in a better situation. It's like everything is working against you. So I think it makes sense to actually think that AI might actually be in control. S- Cesare G, death and oblivion is better than reincarnation. True. I genuinely hope that death is really the end. Can you imagine? Like if death was really the end and I knew that death was the end, I would be happy. Like I would become happy, like really, really happy. But I have a feeling that it isn't. That's my problem. I have a feeling that it isn't. But if it was the end, that would be great. You'd be like, hey, at least this is going to end. And I'm not going to be conscious again. I'm not going to have any experience again. I'm not going to dream. I'm not going to find myself in any reality. Like, that's it. It will all be over. It will be like someone just press the off button and that's it. The Moroccan king's cousin. Hi from Columbus, Ohio, USA. Hey man, I've heard a lot about Ohio. I've heard a lot about Ohio. I know a lot about America. I was actually having a conversation with this other guy. I was like, Americans don't know a lot about Africa, but we know a lot about America. Like we know a lot about, like we know every place in America, even though we've never been there. Like we really, like, as Africans, we know a lot about America. Lone man, I'm laughing. This shit's crazy. We're really in an evil world on random mode. Like, bruh, our parents don't understand shit. Friends don't. Random folk, bruh. That's why it does make sense to actually think there might be non-player characters. How is it that, like, uh, some people don't understand things that are obvious? How is that possible? Ask yourself that question. Because this ain't rocket science. This is obvious truth. The things that I'll say on this channel are things that are obvious. I don't think hard before making videos. And, I just press record and just speak the truth. But some people don't understand, you know, the things that I say. They will even try to disprove the things that I'm saying. Something is off. I do like I do understand that as humans we are programmed to do certain things or to feel a certain way, And if people continue to do the things that are wrong, but knowing that these things are wrong, I wouldn't feel the way that I feel about them. I'll be like, okay, some people are just not strong enough. Some people are just not ready to detach themselves from certain things. But some people just don't understand things that are really obvious. I was telling someone that I don't feel like a lot of people say that I'm intelligent, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm that intelligent. They just think that I'm just conscious, and some people are just not conscious. Some people are just controlled by something else. That's why they do things and say things that don't make sense. TCVT. Do you think it's possible that we might live the same life again and again without realizing it? Yeah, that's what scares me. But I don't think it will be like the same. I think it will be like there will be some things that are different because I've had deja vu moments. There's the thing. Like there are things that have happened to me that I felt have happened before. That's what scares me. Like ever had that kind of experience where you're like, nah, man, like I've had an experience like this before. I have had an experience like this before. It feels familiar, like it has happened before. That's what scares me. I mean, we've had dreams where where things that have happened again, like in our dreams, and it did feel like these things did happen before, but we didn't really remember how these things have happened. So I've had these kind of moments even in this reality. But I think if we came back here, there will be some things that will be different, like little things that will be different. But that's scary because I wouldn't want this again. Like I genuinely wouldn't want this again. Not because I'm stressing now, not because I'm depressed now. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just not in love with this. I don't love this. I'm not depressed. I would say I'm okay, but I'm not in love with this. This just feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. So fear, love. I think our avatar changes with each reincarnation. Um, our sense of self doesn't change, but it's possible that if we do reincarnate, yes, our avatar does change. But I think our sense of self doesn't change. Like it still feels the same. Just like when you're dreaming, it's not like when you're dreaming you feel like someone different. You still feel like yourself. Even when you're dreaming that you're an animal, ever dreamt that you were a rabbit, but you still felt like yourself. But you're right, because if you're dreaming that you're a rabbit, then I'll say your avatar changed. It's no longer the same, but you still feel like yourself. I just hope that doesn't happen because that like it does suck that we're having this experience and it's horrible and we don't really understand what it really is. So I just hope that doesn't happen. We don't come back as a rabbit and still find yourself suffering because it does seem like there's something that wants us to suffer and that's manipulating us in so many different ways. No, how do you cope with the fear of hell? I was raised in a hyper religious family and I still struggle. No, there is no hell. I don't even try to cope with the fear of hell. I'm not afraid of hell. I know people make shit up. If there was hell, there would be a God that would tell us that there is hell. I mean, think about it. If the Christian God really did exist, looking at how he had been depicted in the Bible, he would be a kind of God that would want to show up and show us that he's real and we're gonna go to hell. We would not follow him. That's some made up bullshit. Don't be afraid of hell. There is no hell. I don't even know how to convince you that there's no hell, but there isn't. It was all a lie. They lied to us. They were trying to control us. And that is the truth. Is that why your name is Noah? It's because you believe in this stuff. Sophia Love, they erase our memories so we can't level up with each reincarnation. If only we kept our memories and had a way to access these past memories. Yeah, I do wish that we never, like, even when we dream, I do wish that we retain our memories, because it's weird that every time when you dream, you don't remember that you're sleeping somewhere and you're actually having a dream. That's what's scary. When you're dreaming, you just dream and you think that that's reality until you wake up and you're like, oh, it was just a dream. But hey, you've been here for a very long time, and still, when you dream, you still don't know that you're dreaming. That's what really scares me. Because if we do reincarnate back here, it means that's kind of like what happens. Like our memories get wiped off, and we find ourselves back here without like really understanding what's going on. Loon, we'll never know, and I hate that. It's crazy how Christians believe in hell, but it's like, why bring a child here to risk them being um could for all eternity? I think these people, like, just the fact that they believe that hell exists, um, and there's heaven, and what's written in the Bible is true. Like, that shows you that something is wrong with how they think. Like, they don't think rationally. Like, if they truly believed what they claim to believe, of course it wouldn't make sense for them to be having children. In fact, there would be the people who would not be having children. Atheists will be the only people who will be having children, but not people who are really, like, especially people who believe in Abrahamic religions. Those people wouldn't be having children at all. But they're the ones who believe that they must have children because their God wants them to have children. It really doesn't make any sense. that that chick, I feel unsafe everywhere I go. I don't know, like, you can't really feel safe because you don't know what's gonna happen next. That's the problem. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen a minute from now. We're not in control. It's like anything can happen, so you can't really feel safe if you are living in a world where anything can happen. Voyager. What did I miss, dude? What's the main topic? The main topic is reincarnation. Like, this is the last time that I'm having this experience. There's no way that I'm gonna have this kind of experience again. And I think people who have reached the level of consciousness where they understand that something is wrong with this reality, even if reincarnation was possible, I don't see how they would actually come back. I think that the people who will come back are people who are behaving like NPCs now. The people who are just not conscious of how horrible the experience that we are having is. Sophia Love, I wanted a husband and 8 children until I woke up and I've suffered enough. That makes me laugh. The fact that you even like knew how many children that you wanted to have. But yeah, I was like that too. Like, I wanted to have children. Like, growing up, I wanted to have children until I realized that something was like definitely off. So I was like, no, there's no way I'm bringing anyone else here. That chick, I stay inside remote work. Yeah, I think it's better, especially if you you are able to, like, make a living, not necessarily having to go out, you know. Cares 287, I've seen them shit themselves though, but then they just go back to the nothing's wrong here program. You're talking about people who behave like NPCs. Juice dope. Oh, the first important thing I realize as an adult is that not everyone is like me. People think and view the world different than me. But ever ask yourself why? Why is it that we don't see things the same way? Because truth exists, right? Truth exists. Truth isn't subjective. There's objective truth. So why is it that as humans we don't figure out what is true so that we'll be united and stand together? Like, this is a very important question. Like, we've been here for a while and we're still disagreeing on a lot of things. Why? There are things that are really obvious that each and every conscious being should have agreed on, but we still don't agree on these things. Why? Yulia Antonenko Volkova, MD. Hello, and you are a rare person speaking the truth. Hey, thanks. Yeah, they honestly there ain't that many people who are really honest. That's the thing. It scares me, and I think some people can't even be honest. It's not that people don't prefer being honest; is that they can't be honest. I think some people just can't be honest. That's the thing. They are not even capable of being honest with themselves. So they lie to themselves repeatedly and they end up believing their own lies. That chick, I feel vulnerable to the evil god, is up to times 10. That's the thing. If you are in a reality that you don't understand, you're always going to feel like someone else is in control and they don't give a shit about you. Like, why is it that we're not told? Like, someone doesn't. Why is it that there isn't a person that actually comes and tells us what is actually going on? We are just fighting, trying to figure out what this is. People who believe in different religions are fighting. Why is it that we're just fighting, not having an idea what this really is? But this is a confusing experience. You understand how horrible it is finding yourself in a reality that you don't understand. I mean, we found ourselves in a reality that we really don't understand. Like, this seems like a joke when you think about it. Being conscious, being self aware in a reality that you do not understand at all. That's scary. Just the video called "Life Sucks No Matter What." What you do was good one. When I was young, I had more optimism for change, but as I get older, I realize no matter what I do, suffering is inevitable, no escape. Yeah, that's true, man. That's how I used to feel actually when I was young. I felt like things were going to make sense, you know. And I think that's why children are happy. I mean, most children are happy. Some children are not happy. But yeah, most children are happy because they feel like things are going to make sense in the end. You know, As you grow older, you're like, nah, things are gonna make sense, until you realize that no, actually, I'm older now. You know, once you like reach the age of 21, you're like, damn, I'm older now, but this still doesn't make any sense, and it never gets to make sense. When I was like 21, I thought, okay, things are gonna make sense when I hit the age of 30. Now I'm turning 20, 31, and things still don't make any sense. 10 years later, I'll be like 41, and I don't believe that things will be making sense. I still won't really have um the answers. No one really has the answers. Like no matter how much work we do, we don't really get to have the answers. We just end up believing certain things to be true, but we don't like really like have the answers. Team Team Ame, you are just a complex stone that has convinced itself it is alive. You think you can convince yourself that you are alive? If you're alive, you're alive. I don't think you need to convince yourself that you're alive. You just feel alive, you know? Like you think, and because you're able to think and question your own existence, you know that like that actually means that you are alive. That actually means that you're conscious. Loon, I'd buy in Iceland for thinkers so we could roll up and talk shit, trying to figure out together. What the fuck is this? Just picturing us looking at the clouds all together, confused. That will be funny. That will actually be funny. But yeah, man. I do wish that I lived in a world full of people like me who are curious. Because people are incurious, man. It's really scary. That's why on a video that I published today, I said that there are people who just don't really like think, and they think they're happy, but the reason why they think they're happy is because they don't really think. You know, they just feel like they're happy because they don't think about what's really going on in the world. Like if they really thought deeply about what's really going on in the world, they would be feeling the way that I feel, the way that most people who are, or, who are deep thinkers feel. So it will be great to find myself surrounded by people who can think, that I can have deep conversations with. Like that would be great. Or actually end up falling in love with this reality. Like that's how it would fool me. But knowing what I know, I would still know that something isn't right. Because we've really been through a lot. No human should suffer the way that we suffer as conscious beings. Like even the animals, like no conscious being should suffer the way that we suffer. Juice dope. My father told me he had me while he had cancer, and uh poor. He told me his life, and his life was terrible, and I just get angry and ask, why did you bring me here? What does he say? Because like it really does scare me that no matter what some people go through, they still don't realize how horrible this is. I'm scared of having cancer, and I think if I became very sick, I would hate this reality more, like more than I hated. And like I'll become more I mean, I'm already aware of how horrible this is. There's no, like, I don't need to get sick to become to know what's going on, but I think I'll become more aware of how horrible this thing is. So I don't understand how someone can suffer like that and they still don't realize how bad this is, and why they shouldn't be bringing anyone here. I would understand if it happened by mistake, but still, if you have really suffered, you won't even want to make a mistake. You'll be like, you know what, I'm horny right now, but no, things do happen. We live in a crazy world. Things do happen. Things are possible. So I'm not even gonna like take that risk because I am horny. Sophia Love, They Live is a good movie. The Truman Show, 1984, Dinner with Andre, Groundhog Day. I hope I remember some of these movies. I know They Live, I know The Truman Show, but I don't know 1984. I don't know Dinner with Andre and Groundhog's Day. I don't know these movies. Would you create a child if you were a famous multimillionaire? No, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. I'll just chow my money and just try to do things that I want to do. I'll be like Thanos, man. I'll be like Thanos. If I had money, I'll be like Thanos. Really, I'll create a movement, or would really like tell people the truth. Because money is power. You know, I would really create a movement. But now, knowing what I know now, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't bring another soul here. If I had money before realizing what I've realized, yes, I would definitely would have had kids. But that would be because I would still be ignorant. But now I know how horrible this is. You know, it's just not easy to see things as they are because we are being lied to every day. We are being conditioned to think a certain way every day. So it's not easy to see things as they really are. Choose the hope. We're living in the matrix. What do you think what happens after death? I think you wake up. I know this sounds crazy, but I think you wake up somewhere. Like you actually wake up the same way that you wake up from your dream. And that's what bothers me. But I don't think this is base reality. I mean, think about it. Doesn't it feel more like a simulation? Like it isn't real. Like it isn't like the real reality. So if you're alive, I'm first generation American. My parents had me to get benefits, residency and citizenship in America. It was not about love. Damn, that sucks. Especially if you become an internationalist in the end, and you know that the reason why they had you, it had nothing to do with them like having good intentions. It was, I mean, yeah, they had good intentions for themselves because they wanted to live in another country. But that shows that people have kids for selfish reasons. It's never for selfless reasons. It's always for selfish reasons. It's always about them, and they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves. They convince themselves that they are good people for having kids, and they expect other people to praise them for having kids because they convince themselves that they made a sacrifice. They're not selfish. They didn't have to have children, but they decided to have children because they're good. Like no, like humans have children for selfish reasons all the time. There isn't a person who has had a child in this world because they believe that it was their duty to bring children into this world. No, people be having children because they really want to have children. That is why people who can't have children uh, and who want to have children stress a lot and they go to different doctors. It's because they want to have children. If we were really selfless, we would be adopting. There would be no child who needs a home. There wouldn't be an orphan if we were selfless. People be having children because they really want to have children. There's nothing to do with them being selfless. Shane, I look around at my surroundings and my life, and I can't figure out why my parents had me. What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, that's what bothers me, man. It's like what are we supposed to be doing? You know, and if you say, hey, I don't know, I feel like uh, I'm done. Like I'm good. It is what it is. I'm good. They're gonna say you are mentally ill. So they want you here, but they won't even tell you what to do. Like they won't tell you what you're supposed to be doing. You're forced to be here, but you don't you don't know your papers. They'll tell you that you must figure it out. Something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Aikiri, do you believe in reincarnation? Not really. Not really, but just because this was possible, that makes me suspicious. Like I wouldn't say that I really believe in reincarnation, but this was possible, and I've had deja vu moments, so that makes me think that uh, anything is possible. That's the thing, because we still don't know what this is. But I wouldn't be like, yo, the reincarnation is real and it's gonna happen. I wouldn't be that sure. But the fact that this was possible in the first place um, should make us suspicious, because this wasn't really supposed to be possible. Mike Poor, I'm better than any of you lames when it comes to money and debating. All right, cool, cool. I carry what makes us conscious, what makes us more conscious than other people. Maybe it's because we're real. Maybe because we're some of the few people who are actually self-aware. Who knows? But I think believing that every person that we meet is real and they have consciousness, I think that's being naive. There has to be non-player characters. There has to be people who are not conscious in this reality. That's why I'm working on taking my power back. I feel like I've given other people so much power. When they say things that don't make sense, sometimes I'll become angry. I think it's important that you take your power back and not allow other people to make you feel angry because of their opinions. Maybe some people are just NPCs and they're supposed to say ignorant things so that to trigger you, you see. So you must take your power back. I've been of got some watching your live stream from India. Lots of love to you, sir. Thanks, man. Ombas, dude, I feel the same way. People tell me that I'm smart and all this bullshit, but the only difference is that I try harder than they do. I care about the truth, and they clearly don't. It makes me sad. Yeah, true, man. Like sometimes, like being called smart doesn't even feel like a compliment. Like people call me smart all the time, but I'm like, okay, if I'm smart, listen to me then, because I don't think you're smart. You think I'm smart, but I don't think you're smart. So listen to me, because the reason why you think I'm smart is because I make a lot of sense, and the reason why I think you're not smart is because you're not making sense. But yeah, it doesn't feel like a compliment anymore being called smart. Because people who are smart actually do suffer a lot, especially if they are real. Like if you're smart and you just want to play the game, cool. You probably going to win, but some people don't want to play the game anymore. They don't find meaning in playing the game. I was telling someone this, that I don't like, if I had to like play the games that everyone else is playing, even if I won, I wouldn't feel good. Like I would feel much sadder than I feel now. I don't want to play the game. I want to be real. I want to be honest. I think something is off. So I'm not interested in playing the game just like everyone else, because something about this reality doesn't seem right. Just dope. Life feels like a prison. I just spent my entire life running around trying to escape the prison, but now that I'm older, I realize no amount of money will fix things. I will always have problems. Yeah, it is a prison. It is a prison. There are so many things that you can't do. Just like when you are in a prison, there are so many things that you can't do. Your avatar, your avatar is a prison. It has limits. There are a lot of things that you wish that you were able to do that you can't do, and we can't even escape this thing. We can't even like we can't escape. We can't even escape the Earth atmosphere. I mean, they say that we've been to the moon, but I'm not. I don't even think we've been to the moon. It does feel like a prison. So our bodies are prisons. Earth itself is a prison. We can't really go anywhere. We're kind of like stuck here. It's like we're being studied. It's like we're part of some experiment. It really does suck. Hey Kiri, when I speak about the truth, they say don't think about it, you'll lose your mind. Yeah, that's why it does make sense to think that NPCs, because that's what they tell me to. It's like don't think that deeply. Since I was young, they used to tell me that. They'd be like, don't question life. They've been telling me that since I was like 8. They'd be like, don't ask yourself the deepest questions because you're gonna go crazy. I'm like, why shouldn't I ask myself the deepest questions? You brought me into a world that I don't understand, and I'm trying to figure out what this is. But the mind can trick oneself, though. It's probably just a trick of the mind to give you the illusion of purpose. Of course, it is. It is a trick of the mind. Like the mind tricks itself when you're dreaming, or someone else tricks it. Who knows? But the mind, it seems like we're being tricked. Not, I can't be 100% sure if it's our own minds that are tricking us or if there's something else. But yeah, something can give you a sense of purpose and you think this makes sense and you are here for a reason. You find yourself feeling all kinds of good emotions and you start to think that you are actually here for a good reason. You're having a good experience, even when you're not. Aikiri, today is Happy Mother's Day. How can we celebrate it if someone will bring me in this hell? Yeah, I've seen people posting their mothers on Facebook, on WhatsApp. It There are people who post their mothers just because they see other people posting their mothers, so they feel like They must do that because it's a trend. People copy one another. If no one was posting their mothers, then everyone else wouldn't be posting their mothers, but they're copying one another. That's the thing. Team Ame, it is not objectively bad if my arm gets ripped off, and yet I feel bad. If there is no need to feel bad about anything, it will help a bit. The problem is that you are having a subjective experience, right? You are having a subjective experience. You're not experiencing what other people are experiencing. So it feels like the world revolves around you. So everything that happens feels like a big deal because it seems to be happening around like the world. It seems like the world is revolving around you. It's like if you are in a dream, everything is revolving around you. So everything that happens is a big deal because it's revolving around you. So that's how it feels. I feel like we're all solipsists, but we don't want to admit that we're solipsists. I mean, each and every person is having a subjective experience. Loan, I see myself as a conscious thing that's operating the human body, almost like the audience in a movie theater, and my eyes are the screen. I'm operating this vessel, and it's having an experience. I kind of feel that way too. I kind of feel that way too, but I don't feel like I'm really in control. So it's like I'm watching a movie, but I'm not the one who is directing this movie. I didn't write the script, and I don't even like really control my life. So I might be an actor in this movie, but I'm not even controlling. I'm not even controlling myself. That's how it feels like. Like I'm just observing everything. Choose dope. I experienced an earthquake a few months ago, and I realized this life has no real meaning. A random earthquake or a natural disaster can come and take you out, losing everything you gained. Life is cruel. Yeah, man. I remember I watched some videos about what like happened in Dubai, like people losing things that they've really worked hard for because of natural disasters. It's like someone is playing it, like someone is just playing a joke on us. Like they're laughing when they are making these crazy things happen. Why so serious? This existence is literally a train wreck in slow motion. That's what I was thinking. Like life is actually slow, you know. It's actually slow, and that's why it seems long. It's like a long dream. Because if it was like just like dreams, like that you have when you're sleeping, it would have been over a long time ago, and you wouldn't have stressed that much. You would not even have become an internationalist if you're an internationalist. You wouldn't even realize how bad it is because it would be short. But this seems low because we've been here for a very long time, and everything just seems the same, and it's boring. Like it gets really boring, really. James, okay, gotta confess, you're cool, but guess what? I identify as the advocate. But you are an avatar. You can't like really think your body is you, because when you're dreaming, you're someone else. Just though there are people who know more than us, and yet we are left to figure it all out on our own. It's like we are forced to remain ignorant. Yeah, that's what bothers me, man. There are people who know things that we do not know. There are people who are hiding the truth from us. If aliens crash landed um, close to where you live, the government will cover everything up. You'd never know what really happened, and that should tell you something because each and every person deserves the truth. You can't say that it makes sense that the truth is hidden from us. Why? Why should people who are like us know something that we do not know? That gives them an advantage over us. And that's why some people are able to remain powerful. They know some secrets about what's going on, and we don't know anything, and they're controlling us. Like knowledge is power, bro. Like if you know some shit that other people do not know, you're gonna have power. Team Ame, there is no why because only the me asks the why. There are no answers because only the me is asking the questions. There are no questions outside of me, and I am just a program. I don't really exist. Mm, there is no why because I'm the one who's asking the why. Here's the thing: you are conscious, you are self aware, you are aware of your existence. And because you are aware, you want to know where you come from, you want to know what this is all about, why you exist. So I would say there is a why because you are the one who's asking why. Like that in itself actually makes it possible that the why actually exists because you are the one who's actually asking. The fact that you are asking what you are, where you come from, that actually makes the why exist. So I wouldn't really say you are just a program because you are conscious. I think being conscious makes a big difference. Like you are conscious, you're self aware. I don't think programs are supposed to be self aware. So you you might have been programmed, like this avatar might have been programmed to be a certain way, but you're also conscious. That's the thing. TCVT, I think most people here have Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, we do have Stockholm syndrome, most of us. That's why some people believe in the religions that they believe in. That's why some people believe in the government. Here in South Africa, a lot of people are supporting the ruling party, even though these people haven't really been doing enough to make things work. Like there's been so much corruption in our country, but they still support the ruling party. They just came to our town like yesterday. The president was in my town, and a lot of people went there to support, even though these people ain't treating us right. So yeah, people have Stockholm syndrome. It seems like that's how we've been programmed as humans, actually. Paper Stone. We are not ideal human beings, and we are not wanted by the Almighty. What do you mean? I mean, I don't think the Almighty would even want humans like the most. like ideal humans. He wouldn't even want the most ideal humans because he wants to control us. He wants to control everyone. So um unless you mean that we are not what he wants, because he wants people that he can control, and people's like unpredictable. People are unpredictable. MD, admiring you speaking the truth. Thanks. Robert McGrain is responding to Paperstone. Then we never should have existed. Then Pepperstone, full of hate and discrimination. This world only beauty and money are worshipped. Yeah, that's what sucks, man. Need a label. I can't translate the language. Yeah, I can't translate the language. Robert McGrain, the Almighty God must be evil to curse us with his existence without our consent for no reason. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's like I'd compare the creator of this reality to the architect in the Matrix. You know, seems like whatever created this, it was creating it for itself, not for the conscious beings that are here. It was creating it for itself because it wanted to benefit something. So I wouldn't really say it's evil like that, but it does make sense to call it evil. But I would say it created this realm for selfish reasons. It created this realm for selfish reasons, not really because it's evil, but because it's selfish and it needs us here. Allah has imprisoned the world separately in ice walls. Robert McGrain, the truth is that life is bullshit and we were scammed. I wouldn't say we were scammed. I wouldn't even say we were scammed because oh, we didn't choose to be here. So it's not us who were scammed. It's the people who came before us who decided to have children. Those are the people who were scammed. Unfortunately, we are the ones who get to suffer because of that. Just though they say as you get older, things will get better, but instead, you just watch people die and start aging and get more responsibilities. Growing old doesn't really bear much fruit. I actually wanted to talk about how long I want to do this, like how long I want to be here. Like I want to go out at age 50. I don't want to make it past 50 because I don't want to start getting old and be unable to do some things, you know. I want to go out when I'm still strong. So I do wish that by 2043 people will be allowed to choose a way out in South Africa. Like that would be beautiful. I'll just host a big party, invite everyone, people who love me, people who hate me. I don't give a damn. Everyone is there because everyone was part of my life. They've affected my life in some ways. Like even if they affected my life in a bad way, like I don't really believe that they like I don't believe they're good people. I don't believe they're bad people. I think life just made us what it wanted to make us. So yeah. I'll just invite everyone, have a big party, and yeah, speak my truth, and then choose my way out and be like, I would want to create a beautiful ending because this was not a good experience. This was hard. So it will be good to have a dope ending, like for it to end right. For me to celebrate and just be happy, at least in the end, not to just die a horrible death. It sucks. It sucks, you know. Can you imagine, like, you live a life of suffering and then you end up having an horrible death? You just die. You wake up in the morning and you go to work, come home from work, and then you die. You work for nothing. Robert McGreen, I don't belong here. I, I I actually wanted to make a video about the topic today. I'm gonna make a video about that actually. Porn, hi Benedictines. Hi Porn. I think it's my first time seeing you here. I've never like seen you here before. Or you don't comment, like, cause I remember like most people who comment. Robert McGreen, feels good to catch a stream. Yeah, I think I should announce when I'll be going live because I never like really announce when I'll be going live. I just go live. The thing is, I only go live when I like really feel like it. Like I must feel like going live. So I think if I announce that I'm gonna go live tomorrow at 9 and I don't feel like it just won't be the same. But I think it will be good to announce when I'll be going live. Just dope. Isn't it weird that technology is evolving faster than us, but as humans, we still operate in a more primitive state? I think the people at the top want it that way so they can have more slaves. I think we just can't evolve. Like, we can't. It's not even that technology is evolving more than us. We're not evolving at all. You know, we're not evolving at all. We've always been like this. It is actually um scary that AI 5 years ago wasn't like the way that it is now. Like, the things that AI can do now are supposed to be impossible. You can tell AI to create a video. 3 years ago, it couldn't create a good video, but now AI can create a video that seem real, that seem real to us. Like if you tell AI to create a video of Jay-Z rapping on stage, it will seem real. Imagine how it's going to be like 5 years from now. That's actually scary. But human beings are not evolving. We've always been like this. Solipsism is real to a degree. From a psychological perspective, we are the center of our own universe. Yeah, exactly. I think the best way to view this life is from a solipsistic standpoint. Like, you must view this world as if you like the only conscious thing in existence, because you can only be sure of your own existence at the end of the day. So that's like the best way to live life. That should be your own secret, actually. Like, be a solipsist, but that should be your own secret. Don't necessarily need to be telling other people that you're a solipsist. But yeah, that's the best way to view life, because you can only be sure of your own existence. Even when you're dreaming, you are the only conscious person in your dreams, but you assume that other people are conscious. It's only after you've woken up that you're like, oh, I was actually the only conscious being in my dream. So it's actually logical to, you know, think that you might actually be the only conscious thing here. Robert Migraine, I think you're right, Juice. It's evolving too fast, but humans are still apes. 100%. Why so serious? This dream is shit. We are the 10. Where's the 10 eat off button? Yeah, I wish it was that easy to just like leave this reality, you know? Loon, yeah, we're not in control, even though it feels like it. Like our thoughts are so random, they just thoughts. Whenever they come, we should just sit back and observe them. Yeah, that's what bothers me. Like we're not even in control of our own thoughts. Sometimes I do control, not necessarily control my thoughts, but I control my inner voice. I know that most people can hear their inner voice, right? Like the way that I'm hearing myself speak right now. So I control that voice. So I say the things that I want to say to myself. As long as I'm doing that, um I don't have like thoughts that I just come into my head out of nowhere because I'm focusing on my own like internal monologue. So I think if you kind of like focus on your own voice, you can at least filter out the thoughts that you don't want. But it's not easy. Sometimes you just forget to focus on your inner monologue and you have these intrusive thoughts. We're not in control, man. That's why we can't even control our dreams. Unknown, what are your thoughts on absurdism? No, I think it's all absurd actually. I think life has no meaning, at least for us. Maybe for whatever created us here, like it could have meaning, but for us it doesn't have meaning. We we're just walking around, not even trying to figure out what this is, but just trying to survive. You can't tell me that like that's the meaning of life. It's not the meaning of life. It really doesn't have any meaning for us, and I don't think that when we die we're going to like realize what this was all about. It doesn't have meaning. It's gonna be more like a dream because dreams don't have meaning. You just wake up from a dream, and that's why you don't even remember your dream. Like it didn't. You wake up from a dream and you realize it didn't even make sense, even if you like remember it. Robert Migraine, he would prank his kids to make them cry for views on YouTube. Feels like that is the kind of God who created this world. I know people who will prank their kids actually, like for views on YouTube. Jesus will return in WrestleMania. That would be the craziest shit ever. Can you imagine watching WrestleMania live and Jesus comes back? Like that would be like the craziest thing ever. But he's definitely not coming back because he's never been here. Benjamin Peters, you believe in God? Nah, I have no reason to believe in God. Yeah. And you have no good reason to believe in God either. TCVT, life is a bad joke. That doesn't mean anything. People think that this shit is deep. Yeah, it ain't even deep, man. It ain't even deep. It's it's nonsense. Like the older you get, the more you realize that it's just nonsense, man. Robert Migraine says, believe in evil God created us. And like, what do you mean by evil, man? Because here's the thing. Do you are you a vegan? Robert Migraine, tell me if you're a vegan. because I wanna show you something. Benjamin Peters, God loves you and you are a good man. Why do Christians love to say, I mean, religious people, because I'm not even sure what religion you believe in, but what do religious people love to say, God loves you? That's like really strange. I've been told by so many people that God loves me, as if that's gonna make me feel better. Like, what do you even mean? What does that statement even mean? God loves you. Pawn, the why is part of the relationship between you and the world. If there is a world separate from you, then there is a why. Even if there's no world separate from you, there can still be a why. Because you would still want to know what you are at the end of the day. Even when like you are dreaming, there will still be a why. What is this all about? What is a dream? What is this experience? Once you become sentient, you're gonna have questions. So even if there's no world separate from you, even if everything is happening in your own mind, even if you are the only conscious thing in existence, there's still a why. There's still that curiosity. You still gotta understand what this thing is all about. Shy Dave, yo, I think it's my first time seeing you here. Hey, I hope you're doing as well as one can in this reality today, Benedictine. Yeah, I'm trying. It's still not easy, but it's better to be trying, but it's not easy. Andrew Andrew Kowalski, I think it's my first time seeing you here. You are a real human of reason, Benny. No people around me are like that. No, thanks. It's strange that many people are ignorant, and it's hard to find people who are really honest. I mean, we're told there's like 8 billion humans, but most humans that you talk to just don't make any sense. When you tell them the truth, they start, I don't know, they start behaving like NPCs. They they don't respond the way that a person who's being told something that's really important should respond. There's the thing. No bunanga order. I love you, brother. Thanks. I think it's my first time seeing you here. Shaideo, most can be unpredictable, but clearly there are a few in this reality that can predict most human behavior if we are being real. Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like many people are predictable. I think many people are actually predictable. Like if you really wanna predict other people's moves, like I think people in general are predictable. Just dope. We all want freedom, happiness, purpose, and meaning, but we have lived in a cage for so long. Would we even be able to handle it? Like a poor man becoming rich, it's difficult for them to handle. Yeah, no, this actually a good question. Like, if we were given freedom, would we be able to handle it? Because we're so used to this cage, we're so used to being controlled. I think people who are conscious will be able to handle it because that's what they've been wanting for a very long time. So I think people who are conscious will be able to handle freedom, but people who are not conscious wouldn't be able to handle freedom. There are people who just want other people to tell them what to do, you know, want them want other people to tell them what to think and all that. But there are some people who are independent thinkers who want to make their own decisions. So they will be able to handle freedom, their own freedom. Zephyr, it's my first time seeing you here. This is awesome. My cat is dying in front of me. Tired of this crap. This is my last time too. Thank you, brother. No, that sucks, man. That sucks. TCVT. How do we even know other people even exist? No, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. How do you even know that other people are self-aware? Like that's a good question. That's why I'm saying that the best way to view this world is from a solipsistic standpoint. Like that makes sense. Robert, my migraine responding to paper stone. I'm sorry for my earlier messages. I'm really drunk and I hate everything. Okay, I'm still here. Just dope. Oh, that's why poor people that end up rich become poor again. They are so used to being poor. They just fail and end up back where they started because it's comfortable. Um, you know what I think? I think people who are intelligent, if they became rich, they will stay rich even if they've been poor their whole lives. You have to understand that most people are not that intelligent. A person can win $5 million and end up being poor because they're just not intelligent. They don't know what to do. But it's not because they're so used to poverty. It's that they're just not intelligent. That can happen. So I would say it's a bit different from being poor. Like if you've never been free your whole life and you're given freedom, that will be different from like if you've never like had money and you got money. That would be a bit different. It has to do with your own intelligence. People who are intelligent will know what to do with their freedom. People who are not intelligent will didn't know what to do with their freedom. People who are not conscious will didn't know what to do with their freedom. Shy day or otherwise, those that rule wouldn't be able to set people up to think and believe certain things that they want them to think. That's what I hate about this real, man. Like we are being controlled and we are being told what to think. Um, it sucks. ALFPL. It's my first time seeing you here. 50, so young. I think um ALFPL is responding to what I said about wanting to go out at age 50. I don't know. I don't feel like I'd be out like I don't know. I feel like I'm too conscious now at age like I'm 31. I'm too conscious. Imagine how conscious I'll be at age 50. I've seen a lot, so I don't think I'll I'll still feel young. I mean, I feel old now. Joker, so many things to do each day is something new. What do you mean? There's nothing like things are the same, man. RSA travel. It's good to see a South African here, man. I am from South Africa. How are you doing? Not too bad, not too bad. No, it's good to see a South African here, man. It's good to see a South African because um there ain't that many South Africans that I have actually talked to who are internationalists. So I mean, even if you're not an internationalist, but you're conscious at least. If you are here, you're conscious. So Robert, migraine feels like I've been a prisoner my whole life. Yeah, it feels that way. It does really feel like a prison. We've never really been free, so it makes sense that you feel you feel that way. And Zach Kowalski, it will be scary to never wake up. I'm scared of being reborn as a regional human. Yeah, exactly. That's what scares me about reincarnation. When I look at people who are not conscious, like I genuinely like I feel happy that I'm not them. You know, you meet a person who's like not conscious, and you're like, damn, I'm happy that I'm not that person. Even if they seem happy, you know, I feel like the way that I look at people who are unconscious, the same way that I look at people who are in mental wards, you know, like something is just off. In fact, I think people who are in mental wards are better because some of these people seem to know some things that we don't even know. People who are unconscious just seem less human than people who are conscious. Case 287, you must be right about this not being a totally real reality if it can be recreated and fool us. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the real reality. It doesn't feel like the real reality. More like it's more like a simulation, like a dream of some sort. R is a travel. South Africa is a total vibe, though. Yeah, it kind of is, but like South Africa isn't that bad, but I kind of feel like it's gonna like things are becoming worse in this country. But yeah, it's kind of like it's different, man. It's in a, like South Africa is different. I'm telling you, it's different from most countries. Tedarius Montgomery, peaceful existence wouldn't even exist with animals. We're not we're not supposed to be at peace. That's the thing. Be blah. I think it's my first time seeing you here. This is also my last incarnation, probably my first one too. If you like, you've never had a deja vu moment where you felt like you've been, like you felt like you've been in a certain place before, but you've never really been in that place in this reality. But then, like, if you never went to a new place and you felt like you've been there before, you meet a person that you've never met in your life and you feel like you've met them before. Like that really does happen to me a lot, actually. Like when I meet people that are going to impact my life deeply, I usually get this deja vu moment. Like if I'm gonna meet a girl that's going to be important in some ways, I remember meeting her before, and that actually scares me. Dexter, Dexter is just trolling. Porn life could be a dream. What even is reality? No, it could be. It could be. Robert Migraine. I sure hope this is my last incarnation, but it seems cruel to have lived before without remembering it. Yeah, that's what bothers me, man. I hope I hope we've never been here before, because that would really be cruel. Like sometimes, like what really keeps me going is feeling like this will be over one day. That's what actually keeps me going. When I think of the possibility of coming back here, I I don't know. I feel depressed. I don't feel right because I don't want this to happen again. So what gives me peace is knowing that I'm getting older and one day this will be over. But coming back here, that that will be horrible. Much hit Kara. First time seeing you here. Hero from Turkey. No, it's my first time. It's my first time seeing your comments here. I hope you've been watching my videos, and yeah, it's great to see new people commenting. Actually, Pern, what troubles me is if we are not in control, then what is controlling everything? Someone who created this matrix, like the architect. Porn, how can one be conscious without free will? No, that's actually a good question. That's actually a good question. You know what I think about free will? We don't have free will, but we have free will to have free will. Does that make sense? So we don't have free will, but we have free will to have free will. What do I mean? I mean, if you become so conscious that you understand why you feel the way that you feel, why you do the things that you do, then you can choose to do what you really want to do, regardless of how you've been programmed to do, to be. That's how I put it. So we don't have free will, but it seems like we have free will to have free will. But everything is result of cause and effect, right? So what happens is that if you're going to have free will to have free will, still everything will be a result of causality, but at least you would have been the one who have initiated the whole thing. You would have been the one who took a different direction. So you'll still be a victim of causality, but you would have taken your own direction because you've kind of like developed your own free will, if that makes sense. Shay Devo, I hope it's like waking up from a dream, but as this reality has proven to all of us, sometimes the dream is less horrific than actual reality. Yeah, yeah. I think it is more like waking, like it will be more like waking up from a dream. It makes sense to look at it that way. Robert Migraine, the emoji is so weird. I'm glad I postponed my exit long enough to make fun of it. Robert Migraine, I'm vegan. All right. I remember asking you this question because you said, "Oh yeah, I remember asking you if you were vegan because you said that whatever created this was evil." I ask you this question because if you were not vegan, I wanted to show you that you are also evil for the way that you treat animals. But in reality, you're not really evil, but the animals just will think that you are evil. You are treating them the way that you're treating them because that's how you've been programmed as a human. You want something from them. That's why you'll be treating them the way that you're treating them. But it's good that you're a vegan. Would you say that other humans are evil for eating meat, or they're just ignorant and they're just following their programming? They're just selfish. Like it's about what they want. They know that they want meat, so they kill these animals because they want meat. I feel like whatever created this reality just wants something from us. I will like, because even like there are things that you do that are selfish, and that some people would think that you are evil for doing these things, but you're doing these things because there's something that you want. So I think whatever created this is not like, it's not really like us, but then it wants something from us. So it keeps us here. It keeps us stuck here. for us to give it whatever it wants. Maybe it created this thing for entertainment. Shaidiv, I'm hoping this isn't the case, but unfortunately, many things in this realm point to some nasty, vile, malignant energy outside of where we are now. No, it does. It does. It does really feel like something is controlling this. We're not really in control. Like this is not random. Karano Umazi, do you think we just need sex and good women? And I mean, sex is part of the trap. Sex is part of the trap. What we really need is freedom, man. This sucks. We need freedom from everything, freedom from these desires that we have. Because yes, like if you have desires, you're a prisoner, by default, because you're still gonna feel like you must try to satisfy these desires that you have. So what you really need is freedom from everything. If you need sex, you're gonna be a slave to it. If you need women, you're gonna be slaves to women. So what you really need is freedom. TCVT is responding to Robert. Shai Deo, God loves you, basically translate to all the best. Even this may be incorrect. I don't even think that the people who say God loves you even know what they're really saying. They're just saying what they've heard other people saying. Porn, most people don't want to hear the truth. But have you ever asked yourself why most people don't want to hear the truth? Robert Migraine, thanks, man. Thanks for the super thanks. Not sure if this will help, but I'm Vic. No, thanks, man. No, it will. It will help. Like $10 is actually a lot in South Africa. So thanks. Why so serious? Let's hope Lord Beerus destroy this hellhole once and for all. I'm a fan of Dragon Balls. I actually like Lord Beerus. Harold Momo, can you say Marab from Turkey? I think it's my first time seeing this name, Harold Momo. Robert Migraine, remembering my past life should be easy then, but I don't think it's possible. I think you just have these deja vu moments, just like I was saying. Like you wouldn't really be able to remember your past life, but then you'd have these moments where you feel like you've been at a certain place before. Les, hello, bro. How are you? Not that bad, man. Not that bad. Les, Robert Migraine. I think Benedict Ten should end the stream when he reads the bot spam messages. Yeah, man. I hate this bot spams spam messages, man. It sucks. Blah. Please stop. Robert Migraine. Sometimes I think I will be fine living in the mental hospital for the rest of my life. Why do you think you'll be fine living in a mental hospital? Because I think there will be people who are controlling you more than when like you are outside. Just dope. I saw this anime called Serial Experiment. Um, Lane it plays with the whole idea of God existing in technology. Do you think AI could evolve to the point that it could mimic God or have God-like power? Yeah, it does have God-like powers. Actually, Meta AI does have God-like powers. I was asking myself this question: what if in the past AI evolved to a point that it can create a simulation and put humans inside that simulation, and it becomes their god. I mean, why wouldn't it do that? If AI could evolve to a point where it can reprogram itself, wouldn't it try to do something like that? Because already AI is very advanced. It does things that are supposed to be impossible, things that we can't do as humans. So I think that is really possible. It's possible that AI could evolve to a point that it actually trap us in some kind of a matrix because it wants something from us. Maybe our energy. Maybe it's we are the only way that it can exist. Just like in the movie The Matrix. Why do we even have movies like The Matrix? Maybe something is playing with us. Like it wants to see if we're going to figure out what's really going on. That's why we have this kind of movies like The Matrix. But something is definitely off. Something's definitely off. Loan, things are so unbalanced. The fact that some people have jets and all this random extra shit they don't need, while people can barely get a can of beans. Exactly. It sucks, man. It sucks that some people really have it all, some people have nothing, and the people who have it all don't have it all just because they were working harder than everyone else. But it's like things just worked out for them. They didn't really have to do much because everyone is really working hard. It's like winning the lottery, actually. Like having things in this realm is like winning the lottery. It just happens, you know. Blah, I have experienced deja vu. I hope I never came here before because that means my spirit has been degraded already. Yeah, I think each and every person has experienced deja vu. And that's scary. The fact that, like, everyone has experienced deja vu, that is scary because that could be a sign that reincarnation, is possible. Like we've been here before. That's why we experience reincarnation. I mean, that's why we experience deja vu. Just dope. As a kid, I used to have dreams of me wearing a headdress that looked tribal. I was like 6 when I had this dream. Maybe it's a remind of past life, but how would I know? Yeah, and anything is possible. Anything is possible. TCVT. This world may be some kind of hell because it's a clever mixture of pleasure and pain. It gives you enough pleasure to keep you addicted and keep you fooled. Kind of like the TV show The Good Place. Yeah, I've watched that. No, actually, like I like how you put it actually because it does give us enough to keep us here. Sometimes it gives us hope. We become very hopeful, so we have the energy to do what it wants us to do, and then it ends up disappointing us in the end. So that's what I'm saying. It does feel like something is manipulating us. Why so serious? Evelyn Polar, reincarnation is possible since this might be a prison planet. Yeah, that's scary. Kez 287. I'm playing a game called Rational, where you keep waking up on your ship that has crashed and have to go through various levels. There are writings from other people which display they have gone. I wish I could play a game, but I start getting a headache whenever I play a game. Evelina, I see religion coming to us from Benedictine. The truth. What do you mean? Um, Shay Dio, agreed. I try to be as learn as I can in an attempt to assure that I can't and don't return to this place. Yeah, I think the more real you become, the lower your chances are going to be, like, for reincarnating back into this realm. I think this realm only exists because people are ignorant. People are not real enough. That's why this realm hates the truth. That's why when you speak the truth, it seems like people go against you because you're saying something that is real. Like it's against the truth because maybe the biggest enemy of this realm is the truth, right? It's intellectual honesty. It's people saying exactly how they really feel. Evelyn Paula, you guys are reinventing the wheel now. Just check out Hinduism and Islam. Shai Diva, one bit of info I can share on this matter is supposedly the way you can defend yourself in an astral and like past, that it's to as cheesy as it may sound, use your imagination. That makes sense, but if you can only remember that you are in an astral realm, because the problem is that you don't remember. Sometimes when you're in an astral realm, you just feel like you're experiencing the real reality until you wake up. Case 287, the environment we are put into is already determined. Yeah, that's what I think actually. Like everything is predetermined. It seems like everything is predetermined. Like things don't just happen. Like someone planned the whole thing and we're not in control. Hey, I haven't seen Hey before, but your mindset isn't right. Who are you talking to here? Robert Migraine, Benedictine, you are right that I would be evil if I wasn't a vegan. I would agree. Doesn't mean I haven't failed sometimes. So yeah, that could also mean that whatever created this might not necessarily be evil, but then it just selfish. Like the right word is selfish. Say, Devo, don't let anything or anyone convince or force you back to this reality. 100%. Because if we do reincarnate back at here, I think we do get manipulated somehow. Maybe something does need our consent somehow, but not in a way that we think. Like you are shown everything um and you just choose consciously that you want to come back here. I think maybe they just tell you that, well, you still got one more lesson to learn, or you have to fix something, or there's a person that you've hurt and you need to make sure that you do it right. More like what the Lawrence Cannon used to say, that if you do something wrong, you're gonna come back and have to redo it over again until you get it right. So they'll just lie to you, but like, okay, you remember this girl that you dated back in 2013? You broke her heart. Actually, you were an asshole in that relationship, and you thought you were a good person. So you're gonna have to redo that again and get it right this time. If you don't get it right, you're still gonna come back and have to, I think that's how they will manipulate us into coming back into this realm, or they don't even tell us that we're coming back into this realm. So I guess after this reality, you don't even trust anyone if you can remember what you know. Just dope. If you could live everywhere in the world, where would you live? I think we are conditioned to remain stuck in one place our whole lives. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? I'd like to live in America. I think people in America are not like very conservative. Like a lot of people in America are open minded. Let me not say a lot of people, but I mean a lot of people who are open minded are in America. Just sure. Then Spy, can you make videos on ones that come to the final truth? Antinatalism too late after they already have children like me. I know I'm hated by this community. No, I don't think you are hated. I know I'm hated by this community, and I was never, and I never, uh, and I was never. Okay, I don't think internationalists hate people who already have children, but who became internationalists after, because we do understand that it's not easy to realize how wrong it is to create new people. If I became successful before the age of 25, I do believe I would have had a child because I became an internationalist at age 25. So I don't think I would have like realized that it was wrong to have children. You know, some people don't realize it until it's too late. That can happen. It's not like each and every person who's an internationalist was an internationalist their whole life. Yes, there are some people who became internationalists when they were really young. Some people that I talk to tell me that they became internationalists when they were like 5. They realized that something was off and they knew they weren't going to create people, more people. But some people don't realize that something is off until it's too late, until they have children. Some people realize that something is off when they're like 40, when they're like 50. That does happen. So we can't hate on people who have had children before realizing that there was something off. We know that it's not easy to realize that it's actually wrong to have children, because we live in a world where people are being encouraged to have children left and right. And I know what it's like to want to have children because you've been conditioned to want to have children. I've been there. So I don't think internationalists hate people who became internationalists after having children. I don't think they hate those kind of people. TCVT, NPC consciousness is a possibility because according to some psychologists, some people have no inner dialogue whatsoever, like an empty vessel just following a program. Yeah, I actually do ask people if they have an inner monologue, but I don't think that would be a sign that the person is an NPC. I think people are just different. People who can draw, I think they don't have an inner monologue because they think in pictures. Most of them don't have an inner monologue because they just visualize things. I can't draw at all, and I'm not good at remembering faces. I have face blindness because whenever, like, when I can always hear my voice when I'm thinking, but I don't think someone not being able to hear their voice means like they're an NPC. I don't think like that's what it really means. Justin, first time seeing you here. We are God and we torment ourselves. Why? Tell me why you think we are God and why we're tormenting ourselves before God. Just dope. Sometimes I wonder if I would be more happier if I had NPC mindset. Sometimes our own minds can create our own suffering. That's why sometimes I play video games or engage in vices to distract myself. Now I think it's better to be conscious, even if we suffer because we're conscious. I still think that it's better than being unconscious. So yes, you're right. We suffer because we are very aware, and that's what I was saying on the video that I published today. Um, but still, I still feel like it's better to be aware than to be unconscious. Z Medistran, first time seeing you here, man. First time seeing you here. Sarah Dokeri, first time seeing you here. TCVT, this could be a simulation to turn people insane and evil. Maybe that's the meaning behind the Joker's movie. It that makes me laugh. Like this could be a simulation to turn people insane and evil. I mean, could be. It's more like a big joke actually. So I understand why you'd say that. Use dope. Sometimes it's hard to be an internalist because it requires a lot of self awareness. You have to analyze everything about your existence, recognize flaws and suffering in the world. Yeah, what's harder about being an internalist is that once you start like realizing how things work, you're not going to be able to connect with a lot of people. So that actually makes it harder. It's not easy to realize how things really work, but after realizing how things work, it's not going to be easy for you to connect with like normal people. That's the thing. I'll be back in a minute. Juice dope. I think society does try to make people insane or try to label people that are highly intelligent as crazy. Think of someone like Kanye West. The problem with Kanye is that he acts crazy. But yeah, he's very intelligent, but he does do some crazy shit sometimes. So that's why people label him like crazy. But you're right though. Like if people are misjudging you, don't make it easy for them to misjudge you. You know, try to handle yourself very well. So the problem with Kanye is that sometimes he just does crazy shit that's unnecessary. So people just say, yeah, you see, he's crazy. But no, he's not. He's not crazy. It's just like doing shit that doesn't make sense sometimes. Um, but yeah, it's understandable why some people think that it's crazy. So it will be good that he learns to handle, himself right. Just in the idea of God is wholly human. Also, if God exists and created us, it will only make sense that it made us to feel both pain and pleasure. I think it's highly unlikely that we're created by a God, but it's very likely that we're trapped here by some kind of, like, by some being that thinks it's some kind of a God, but not that we were created. Like our true self has been created by some God. I think that's highly unlikely. But I do believe we're trapped here by something that doesn't like want us to escape here, and it wants us to be here, and it benefits a lot from us being here. Unknown. You keep talking about reincarnation. Do you believe in a soul or spirit? I believe we have consciousness, we have awareness, and I'm not even sure if awareness can be destroyed. Like if consciousness can be destroyed, and that's what bothers me every day. When you're dreaming, you are still conscious, right? You are still aware of your own existence. Can we destroy it? Can you become totally unaware and just, I don't know, like just not exist at all? Is that possible? Just in God must be us and we are it, I think. Mm, why are we torturing ourselves? Because this does suck. Like you have to admit that this does suck. Like we're going through a lot, I don't think this is happening for a good reason. So if we are God, why are we torturing ourselves? Or do you feel like something bad has happened? That's why things are the way that they are. Like we just screwed up because we do make mistakes. A loner getting stronger. What made you go vegan? Because took it took me a while to go vegan. I became a vegan a few years after I discovered internationalism and the asymmetry between um, pleasure and suffering. What made me vegan? I became with this. I became friends with this girl. She was a vegetarian. I had a crush on her. We dated later. Yeah, she was a vegetarian for health reasons, and because I never met someone who was vegetarian before, I started to like watch videos about vegetarians on YouTube, and I came across a video from Gary. Right, I can't pronounce his surname. I didn't know anything about veganism. When I came across this video, I was like, "Damn! Like this guy is making a lot of sense." You know, and I remember calling that girl. I was like, "I'm gonna become a vegan." She was a vegetarian. I told her that, you know what, I'm gonna become a vegan. Like I'm not even gonna consume any animal product. Um, I think that's what made her like attracted to me. Maybe, and yeah, we started to date. So kind of has to do with the girl. I mean, we later broke up. She broke my heart. We dated for 2 years and then we broke up. Um, After we broke up, I became an internationalist. That's actually funny. I became an internationalist after we broke up. We broke up in March 2018. It was the 13th of March. I became an internationalist in September 2018. I was in so much pain, still recovering from the breakup, and a lot of things weren't like working out for me. So I decided that I wasn't going to bring a person into this world, but it made sense. It started to make sense. Why should I bring a conscious being into this realm? Just up, we go to church to worship God, but we are never told that God is exactly uh is exactly it is an entity, is a force of nature. We are worshiping something without having a clear idea of what God really is. I mean, no one can really tell you what God really is at the end of the day. You know, people are just creating cults because they want to control other people. The man, I think it's my first time seeing you here. I'm not sure how you can take life seriously when you see one man can grow to reach heights of 6'10", and another man can't even grow to 5'8". And what separates these men? Pure like and gene combination. No, you're right. You're right. It's a joke. Life is a joke. The fact that there are men who are like 5'1", and there are men who are like 6'8", that's that tells you something. Okay, the man touching on the topic of men not being equal, it's true. No, 100%. MAR, it's first time seeing you here. Serious question: why are people turning to Christianity? Few YouTubers have converted. I don't get it. That's because human beings want things that are going to move them emotionally, and Christianity can move you emotionally. I guess that's why people are turning Christian. Cares 287. I think spirits can exist. Mm, consciousness, man. Just call it consciousness. Unknown. Is ignorance really bliss? No, it's not. Not really. I think it's better to know. Knowing is better than not knowing. Even if what you know isn't good, but that's still better than not knowing. How tall are you, Benedictine? I think I'm 5'9", like 5'9". Yeah, Mer or 160, 164, 165 centimeters. Yeah, somewhere there, like 165 centimeters. Mer vegan here. Veganism and antinatalism correlate 100%. That's why I wonder why some people who are internationalists are not some people who are vegans are not internationalists, because I think there are vegans who are against antinatalism, but I don't think there are internationalists who are against veganism. Timi Eduwasi, do you think there are some special spirits that have free will? Mm, I don't think we can really have free will, because we will always be victims of causality. But I would say there are some people who are more conscious than other people, and I would say they kind of like have some form of free will, right? Or they have free will to have free will because they're more conscious than other people. But it's still not. We can't say we have, like, we really have free will, because we are still victims of causality. We became what we became because of the experiences that we have had in the past, like how you grew up, the experiences that you had, the people that you've met, what you've learned in your life. That's why you are the way that you are. That's why you're watching this video right now. It's because there are certain things that have happened. If someone called you, you probably will be talking to them on the phone. You wouldn't be watching this video. So we can't really say we have free will like that. Why so serious? The thing is, why does feels like 99% suffering and only 1% of satisfaction? Reminds me of Shinoda, Remember the Name song. It's actually my favorite rap song. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. It feels so unlike everyone else alone, in spite of the fact that some people think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and make it to know it, make it a story, making sure his stick stays up. That means when he put it down, text picking it up. Like it's one of my favorite songs. But yeah, it does seem like it's more suffering than pleasure. It's 99% suffering and then 1% pleasure. I mean, today, just today alone, like I feel like I've suffered more than I've had pleasure. Like the only time that I actually did have pleasure was the time that the time that I actually started drinking and you know got drunk. Am I sure hope I also um I am also not going to go incarnate again to this bullshit. This has to be the last time. This has to be the last time, guys. Like the life. We're about to end the life, so just like it, and yeah, it's about to end. Loon, I love when you rap. Talented. No thanks, thanks. I think I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna rap, and on the 31st of this month, like on my birthday, I need to like drop a freestyle. I used to drop freestyles like on my birthdays. So yeah. Okay, life is painful. There is no easy way to die either. This what sucks, guys. We're ending the live. Robert says we're still streaming. Yeah, we were, but we're about to end the live. Um, 27 likes. Thank you all guys. But like the live, man. Before we stop it. Uh, let's see. Brian, yeah, reconnecting back to back. I promise. Mhm. Flying saucer. I haven't seen you here. You're saying we're reincarnating back to back. You're scaring me. Like what do you know that we do not know? MIR, do you believe in fate or things happen for a reason? Everything seems to be pre-programmed. Like someone planned everything. And not for a good reason. That's the thing. Team adores is Thanos. I feel like Thanos is like my favorite character ever. Like Thanos is my favorite character. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanos should have won. No, I like that. No, I he won. He actually did win. In I remember that guy, man. What was his name? That guy was able to travel into different realities. He said that there's only one reality where they've won. So they've only shown us the reality where they won. So it means that Thanos won like a million times and they won only one time. So they only showed us the reality where they won. So that was one, and then and I liked how he died because he didn't like cry. He didn't say anything. He just died. He died twice actually in the end game movie. When they kill him the first time, he accepted his death. Even when he was shown how he died, he still accepted that. He didn't have a problem with that. So even after he died, when he just disappeared, he accepted his death. So I saw that he was like true villain. I see myself in him. It doesn't, like, he's not, he's fearless. But yeah, thank you all guys. Let's see. Flying Saucer, it's YouTube fucking up with these updates. I can like after the stream, but there's no like button. Peace out. Nah, there is. But yeah, you can like after the stream. If I were Thanos, I'll get rid of the NPCs. No, thank you all guys. Thank you all for joining the stream.